down the road, babe, you will accompany me. Further on, down the road, baby.
Well, it came about after a long kind of search for a good title. I'd taken this picture of myself on my iPhone. I don't know why I do things like that, but I just did. And this was about a year ago in Antigua. I was on holiday, and I thought, well, that's a great album cover, and it will probably upset people at the record company because it won't be very well defined when they come to try and process it on it. I just thought it was a good start, but then I got to come up with a title, and I wanted to call it 50 Years Adrift because of the 50 years thing that people have banged on about. And 50 Years Adrift in an Open Tuning, it was going to be called, as an homage to Derek Taylor's book, which was called 50 Years Adrift in an Open Shirt. And then I thought, well, it's not really you haven't come up with this. It's a bit, it's stolen from somewhere, really. I was watching the BBC One News a few weeks ago, News at 10, and David Bowie's new single was on. I thought, this is on the news, you know. This is pretty clever. This is nifty bit of promotion. Not only that, and then I watched Newsnight. It was on Newsnight as well. This song, Where Are We Now? And I, you know, I don't know David at all. I've met him once, I think, and I've been aware of him, you know, a fan and everything. But I've got to say, I've never been 100% fond of everything he's done. Just think it's been really interesting stuff. But this song took me by the scruff of the neck, and I went online and I just went for it, and I bought the album, pre-ordered and everything. And I just, the construction of the song gave me cold chills. It was seriously good, and it is seriously good. And I called the office and I said, can you send a message to David's office and just say, thank you for writing such a beautiful song, you know. And I like, every now and then I feel compelled to do this, you know, when something gets me. And he came back, you know, and said, thanks for the shout out, old sock. Really appreciate it. And I thought, there it is. And then I sent him a message and I said, is it okay if I use that for my album title? And he said yes. He thought it was a lovely idea, and I knew we might, and I got his permission to tell the story as well. Because what's good about it is it's come from someone I respect, who's been around the same time as me, and we know what that kind of phraseology is, you know, and it does. It's very apt. It was a bunch of old socks, really. They except for two of the songs, which are new songs written by Doyle Bramhall. All the others are songs that have been floating around in my head all my life, and you know, they're kind of they're representative of my childhood, really. The songs that I heard my family, my parents listening to when I was growing up, and also songs that made a profound impression on me when I was listening to music as a growing man, you know, and in my 20s and everything. I mean, they all have significance for me. Very rarely do I go into a recording situation with a setup or an agenda. This was, I had 2 weeks to kill in LA. I would finish touring and I was going to go to Jimmy Vaughan's 60th birthday party in Texas. And rather than come home to England from LA, I kept the band in LA and I said, let's go in the studio. We just finished a tour and everyone will be sharp and the faculties will be good. And I'll get JJ Cale to come up, and he wouldn't come up. You know, just thought I'd get JJ out of the house, and he said, no, I've retired, you know. 70, he's 70, he was more than that now, he's 72, I think. And you can't change, once he's said that, I mean, I thought, well, that's it. Now we've got 2 weeks, you know, with nothing to do. So I just thought, well, we'll do Folks That Live on the Hill, we'll do, you know, just these things. And one by one, we sort of ticked off these songs that have haunted me all my life. My writing has become pretty non-existent for a while. I've started writing pieces on the guitar, which we've started to record. And I've sort of toyed with the idea of maybe just doing an instrumental album that it's like that, set pieces, little melodies and arrangements and things. But I like singing now too. And I don't think this thing of trying to interpret old songs is going to go away in a hurry. And there's a lot of them to do. You know, I mean, Jeff Lynne's version of If I Loved You. I mean, when I hear things like that, I think, oh, I'd love to do something like that. It stops me in my tracks, makes me want to pack up, but it also makes me want to go on, you know.